Special Ed, did you see it? Special Ed was on Drink Champs last week. Did you see it?
I did not.
I saw it live. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did see the part where he did say this. He was talking about hip hop, and he said NWA brought in the destruction era in hip hop, and it triggered a lot of West Coast artists. Like
Destruction?
A destruction era. Basically, he said NWA triggered a destruction era within hip hop. I can find the quote that he said exactly, but basically he pissed off a bunch of West Coast rappers like Exhibit and who else? The Dog Pound. A bunch of West Coast rappers were pissed off, including Ice Cube. He says Ice Cube calls BS on NWA gangster rap for the hood's downfall. He said that's total BS.
I mean, that's real weighted though, Special Ed. That's heavy. Mm-hmm. That's heavy to put that on NWA.
I think like this. I don't think NWA brought intentionally the destruction of hip hop. What I think it was the label saw NWA and decided to kind of.
I think it's how they were pushed,
yeah,
promoted. But I still don't even think that was the destruction. It was more like, because how can I word this properly?
Yes.
The thing with hip hop and what most people seem to forget is the only thing hip hop is a story of your environment for the most part, of how you're growing up, of how you're living, or, you know, what you come from or how you got out of it. So I don't understand how you can call that the destruction of something if that's how somebody gets it off of their chest.
Well, there's a lot behind what he said. I do think NWA came.
Because there has to be more to that than just that quote. Because that quote that's heavy.
I think NWA came out in a time when groups had their own niche, their own image, their own thing. So when they did the gangster rap shit, they weren't expecting it to be copied massively by the industry. But I think the industry saw NWA and they saw a group get to platinum status with little to no marketing. They didn't get. NWA shit wasn't played on the radio when they came out. Their videos were not in rotation on MTV.
Not heavy.
Not heavily.
Not heavy. I used to sit waiting for 100 Miles to run and come back.
Yeah, so their videos were not played heavily. But I think what happened was when that letter from the FBI got to them, that was the promotion that kind of propelled them to where people wanted to know about them and listen to them and purchase their music. Without needing heavy rotation on videos and music on the radio. So I think once labels saw that they got to platinum status without a lot of money in marketing, they figured the gangster image was something to promote so other rappers could have the same blueprint and make lots and lots of money with little to no marketing and just being controversial and saying controversial things to generate free publicity that'll sell their albums. I don't think NWA intentionally did that, but I do think they set a precedent with what they did. And I think it was unintentionally led to a destruction era, but I don't think NWA themselves.
I can't say that about them. I can't say that how people are growing up in their environment and they're telling you about it is their fault now for a whole.
Yes and no. I do believe what they say when they said gangster rap is a reflection of their environment, but I also believe gangster rappers exploit their environment for money and fame.
Yeah, I mean that's every hood in America.
You know, there were some positive things in the hood. You know, the hood wasn't.
I'm not saying that, but every hood exploits their community.
But yeah, exactly. That's what and NWA did that too. I think what happened with NWA is once Ice Cube left, they weren't as grounded. And that second album, the production was dope, but I think it was over the top.
Yeah. I'll agree with you on that, though.
I think it was the equivalent of like black exploitation, where after that FBI letter, they came out with the second album, like, let's do it bigger, better than what we did on Straight Outta Compton.
I mean, they were always better with Cube, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think they were a better group with Cube in it, but I also think Cube kept them grounded. Like, he was the one that kept that link between the hood and the keeping it real, but also the jokes and everything. And once Cube left, you know, you had songs like She Swallowed It. I mean, I think the song is funny, and
don't bite it, just don't bite it.
I think it's, when you're a teenager and you hear the song, you're just laughing your ass off. But now as an adult, you go, damn, there's a lot of crazy shit, especially when they're talking about fucking with underage women. There's a lot of wild shit on that second album. Man. And, I don't know how much of it is true, and I don't know how much of it was said just to be exploitive and shocking. Because there was a lot of that with NWA, too. They were shocking just to fucking shock you.
That was entertainment, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the... But I don't necessarily agree with Special Ed that they intentionally went out to do the destruction.
I know they didn't intentionally do it. I can't say they intentionally did anything for telling you what's going on. Mm-hmm. I can't. I can't do that. I won't do that.
Yeah, but I mean, I definitely believe
because they weren't the only fucking group that was doing that. They
I
weren't
know,
the only
but
individuals, right?
They weren't the first gangster rap group at all. Ice-T was before them. Cool G Rap and Schoolie D were before.
That's why I'm like, I won't put that on them.
But let's be honest, they were the biggest gangster rap group, and they were the one.
Remember, how big is Cali compared to? You know what I mean? Like Cali is fucking huge. Exactly. That's where most people are at.
Yeah. 10% of the United States population is in California, and they all need to watch this show.